What's up to all my scrappers, junkers, haulers of all kinds? Gold Champ here. Got a pretty straightforward video for you today. We're gonna work on some copper lines, line sets from HVAC jobs, and we're gonna see just how much we can make stripping the foam off of those and cutting off anything that's connected to get some clean number one copper in an hour. Without any further ado, let's get at it. Alrighty, we got us a pretty decent pile of copper that we just did. All that's number one. A little bit of number two in that bucket. The soldered pieces that we cut off. Whole lot of trash. And so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna weigh this up, see how much we just made, and compare it to what it would have been if we sold it as is, as insulated copper. So let's get this weighed up and find out. Okay, so we got the results in here. I only had a small scale, so I had to weigh it in sections. All that added up to 152.2 pounds. And I'm getting 406 right now for number one copper, so that came out to 617.93 cents. Number one insulated is what that would have been, and I'm getting 338 for that now. I believe that's what they would have graded that at. The next tier down would have been $3 a pound, but I'm pretty sure I would have gotten that price for it. And I added another 10 pounds on for all the foam. And there really was some number two copper that was attached to it as well, but I left that out of both totals. So I'm just gonna talk about the number one and the foam that was on it. And there's probably about 10 pounds worth, even though it's a whole trash can full. That stuff's so light. So all that added together would have come out to $548.23, the difference being $69.70. So what we actually gained was about $70 for an hour of stripping foam off of copper line sets. And that's not bad. It's not as much as you would think when you see that giant pile of copper. You're like, oh man, stripping that, you're probably making hundreds of dollars. Really, the difference from selling it dirty and selling it clean was only 70 bucks. But 70 bucks an hour is pretty damn good. And if you're doing that yourself, you just put an extra 70 bucks in your pocket. If you have employees doing it and you're paying them 20, 25 bucks an hour, well then you just put an extra 40 or $50 in your pocket, depending on how much you're paying them and your payroll taxes and all the other little factors that go into that. But that's not bad either. Gaining 40 bucks an hour, profiting 40 bucks an hour, 50 bucks an hour for your business. So either way you slice it, it's a gain, but it's not as much of a gain as I was expecting. I was working at a pretty good pace, but I wasn't like doing breakneck pace. Just the speed you would expect someone to go if they were a hard worker that likes to move. And here's what it looks like in the box. This box was pretty much empty. There was only like 2 pieces in the bottom. So that's about 2/3 of a box. It's not smashed down very well, so really maybe half a box once I hit it with a tamper and knock it down a little bit. So stripping half of a Gaylord of number one copper really only gains you 70 bucks. So a full Gaylord, 140, 150 bucks gained by stripping it rather than just selling it whole. Hope this helps you to decide how to handle your scrap in the future. And thanks for watching. Okay, so for our 1 hour copper, we had to make an addendum. I talked to my scrapyard and got an actual quote, and it would have been number 2 insulated, not number 1, bringing the price down by almost 50 cents a pound, which makes a pretty big difference. So just quickly going over those numbers again, 152.2 pounds of copper. With the insulated, I added 10 pounds for the foam that would have been on there if I'd sold it as is. So the price for the number 1 is the same, but the price for the number 2 insulated comes down pretty significantly, and that leaves us with a difference of $147.55. So that's a difference of almost $150 an hour, which is pretty significant. And even if you're paying someone to do it, with payroll taxes and everything, that's totally worth it. You are gaining $150 an hour just by stripping the foam off of that, which is not super hard. It's tedious. It is physical work, so it's tiring, but it's not backbreaking by any means, especially when you compare it to work in the rest of the scrapyard. So I hope this helps you in your decision-making on a day-to-day basis of what to do with your scrap, what's worth it and what's not. Thanks for watching. If you want any of the tools you see us using in the shop, then click the link down below to start shopping on Amazon. We're a part of the Amazon affiliate program now, and that would really help the channel to grow. And if you like the videos, please like, subscribe, and share them. And as always, be relentless.